Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I'm Chris Leone, Senior Vice President of Oracle Application Development for Human Capital Management Cloud. Welcome back to another episode of Inside Innovation. Today, we're going to be meeting with Alan Bouris. He runs our Center of Excellence team, and we're going to be talking a little bit about some of the momentum we have with some very large strategic go-lives that have just happened over the last few weeks. So let me give you a little bit of backdrop, and then we'll bring Alan in. We've probably had in the neighborhood of 1.5 to 1.75 million employees go live on our system across various modules in the last 2 weeks. Many of them are running some of our more sophisticated applications like absences, workforce management, and payroll. And at the heart of a lot of these go lives has been our excellent Center of Excellence team who gets involved and really partners with our customers to ensure success. So we're going to talk about a few of the great ones that have just happened, and I'm going to ask Alan a few questions. So Alan, let's start with Marriott. So everybody knows Marriott, great global hotel chain. I've stayed in many of them myself. Super fantastic place to stay. But they had a very, very large go live that they've just went live with. And I wanted to ask you a little bit around what modules they went live with and a few of the things that you've seen since they started this implementation.
So thanks for asking, Chris. Marriott was a really exciting go live. They have a very large global footprint. As you know, there's around 750,000 employees globally, plus they have franchise employees. So they went live with a really robust footprint of Cloud HCM. They have learning, recruiting, HR, and they have payroll, and then also absences. So they have a really large footprint, really complex requirements, particularly around the recruiting and learning side. We've seen tremendous activity since they went live a few weeks back. They've already paid well over 180,000 people. And they have already seen logins in 146 countries in the tens of thousands. And we've seen 1.1 million learners on the system. So really a huge success. We had a lot of great partnership from Accenture, and Marriott was a fabulous customer to work with. They're super engaged in the business in a really hard time in the business, but they're preparing for the turnaround, and they're really excited about what they've seen so far with the system.
I can remember back to when we were actually doing the demonstrations at Marriott, and I remember they had a lot of complexities around some of their labor unions. They have a large number of represented workers, so there's a lot of complexity there, and how that worked with absences and our payroll system, and just seeing them get live with those complexities through the pandemic. When, as you said, they've it's been somewhat of a struggle in hospitality. It's just a fantastic story. Let me ask you about another great go live. We've had a number of healthcare customers that have gone live. It's been kind of a great time for go lives in healthcare, although they're dealing with the pandemic. Many of them. One of the great ones is Kaiser Permanente. Everybody has probably heard of Kaiser. Can you give us a little bit of background on what they deployed and a little bit on their implementation and who their partner was as well?
So Kaiser Permanente, an amazing project. It was a great collaboration with my Center of Excellence, with our development team, to really grow the product into a product that can handle also significant union requirements, collective bargaining agreement requirements around core HR and around the payroll and time and labor products. So amazing complexity there. They had thousands of benefit plans. They did some consolidation. One of my interesting quotes from recently was that one of their time systems actually was originally coded in the 1970s. And so they're really excited to be off that system as they move into the full population. And with 220,000 employees all being paid in our system now, it's just a real success story on a very complex but very successful journey to get them live and seeing the benefits of the user interface and their whole healthcare population that is so busy these days during the pandemic it's just been a real big success story for us.
Yeah, it's great. We've worked with Kaiser for a number of years, and I know you've had some great leadership on there, and we've had some people on the ground. I know we've had some people that have helped them on the payroll side with best practices and some configuration, and on the union side, and we've also partnered with them on some of the requirements that we built out in partnership with them. So that's been fantastic.
Yeah, and Accenture was an excellent partner working with the many people at Kaiser Permanente who put their heart and soul into generating this incredible outcome.
Let's stay on healthcare, and we won't talk about all of these, but we had so many healthcare customers go live. We had customers like Indiana Health University. We had customers like Atrium Health. We had customers like Northwell Health. Why don't we talk about Northwell Health? And I'll give you a fun fact. I always like to throw these out. It was great to wake up one morning and look at CNBC and see the first vaccine shot delivered by a Northwell Health employee to a frontline worker, which was great. I was super proud. But why don't you tell us a little bit about Northwell Health and what they implemented and what they went live with?
That story with Northwell sticks in my mind as well. And I saw that same video. It's an astoundingly inspiring story. And so is their implementation. As the largest healthcare provider in the state of New York, Northwell has an incredibly important footprint in the region. And so they went big. They went with HR, payroll, absences, recruiting, learning, help desk, and they went live big bang. So really a huge footprint to go live with during the healthcare crisis, but they went for it and they've been very successful. They've paid all their employees, and they're looking forward to more as they move toward evaluating things like the digital assistant. So really excited about what Northwell's accomplished. They've been a great partner. Deloitte has been also a great partner working to get them successful with their implementation.
So we'll move out of healthcare and we'll actually move out of North America. We are a global business. Why don't we talk a little bit about one of the global deployments that we've had over at Deutsche Bahn. I know you've worked closely with Dr. Peterson over the years and been a great supporter of ours. And I believe they had an initial pilot and they just went live for their full population. But why don't you walk us through what Deutsche Bahn has just rolled out to their population?
So Deutsche Bahn is one of the largest transport companies on the planet. They take a lot of pride in their business and how they help with commerce and people transportation throughout the region. And they take their workforce very seriously. So when they rolled out initially to 3,000 managers, the performance and goals product, they wanted to make sure they got it right before they rolled it out to more than 200,000 employees. Well, they partnered with us very closely on some really creative implementation configurations related to how they provide ongoing feedback in the system. We did some special things with them related to what they needed, and they now have deployed and are live using the system for 200,000 employees. People are on their mobile devices. We're getting all kinds of positive feedback about how easy to use it is for the entire population. And they've shared that they're incredibly excited about the partnership and many other products that we will be implementing and beginning to implement in the very short term. So really excited about that partnership. And it's a huge go live, very transformative for their business to get that direct feedback ongoing and to have a mobile capability just built into the product for them. It's phenomenal success.
Yeah, no, it's great to hear. First, I want to thank our customers for not only being customers, but for the great partnerships that we have with them. It really is fantastic to see. We feel every go live is like super positive sign for us. We send it out to our entire organization. And I also want to thank Alan, you and your team. The Center of Excellence has been great. The feedback that we get for you and your team on the ground, how you're there 24/7 to help our customers get live and be successful and stay live. As a lot of them have continual implementations, and just the partnerships that you build is just great. So thank you for that. Any parting words as far as kind of what you've seen and the momentum that's happening more on the go live side?
There's just so many other go lives, right? We, like you mentioned, some of the other healthcare customers. We've had some in Japan with a Mitsubishi subsidiary, and Schneider and Phoenix Group in the UK. The list just goes on and on. They continue around the calendar. We have a huge year of additional go lives coming up. Really big customers. Like you said, we've added close to 2 million employees into the system over the past couple weeks. We expect to do multiples of that over the course of this calendar year, and it just keeps on going. And thank you for the kind words about the Center of Excellence. If it wasn't for the dedication of our customer employees that work tirelessly and our partners who help them to generate success, we couldn't do it. And then there's such a great product backing us up with all the people that build it. It takes a team and everybody's dedicated. So it's great. Thanks for those words.
It's great. Yeah. And, I'd be remiss if I left out our Latin America team. So we had one of our early payroll customers in Mexico go live. Talks is another great go live. Yeah, it's great. So many. So thank you, Alan, for joining me on this next edition of Inside Innovation. And thank you all for joining as well. And we will see you next time.